Did you know that while you're binge-watching Netflix, animals are literally running for their lives? And nope, it's not a new wildlife documentary, it's real life. The planet outside your door is in crisis, and guess what? We're a big part of it. But don't get too comfy. By the end of this video, you might feel a little uncomfortable in your seat. And no, it's not the snacks you ate earlier. So why should we care? Because human actions are driving wildlife to the brink of extinction, and it's happening everywhere, maybe even in your own backyard. We all love to post cute animal pictures on Instagram, but the truth is, we're the ones causing their vanishing act. It's a weird love-hate relationship, and we're stuck right in the middle of it. Ever wonder what it'd be like if animals flipped the script and made us live their chaotic lives? Stick around, because this video is about to show you just how much it sucks for them, and for us too. Imagine you're having a lovely Sunday brunch. Maybe you're having eggs, avocado toast, and a mimosa. And then suddenly someone comes in, grabs the table, and bulldozes your house. Sounds like the beginning of a horror movie, right? But no, that's pretty much what's happening to forests right now. Only it's real, and the bulldozers aren't caring about your brunch plans. Every minute, an area the size of 20 football fields is being chopped down. Yes, you read that correctly. Every single minute. That's more than 30 acres of trees being reduced to nothing. To put that into perspective, it's like clearing an entire football stadium every minute while the animals that live there just sit and watch, thinking, well, I guess I'm homeless now. Forests are more than just a collection of trees. They're the lungs of our planet, breathing in carbon dioxide and breathing out oxygen so we can all stay alive. They're also home to millions of species that now find themselves in a bit of a bind. Imagine trying to live in a house that's slowly being ripped apart. You'd be freaking out too. That's what's happening to animals like orangutans, tigers, and countless other species. Maybe the animals are just looking for Airbnb deals in our backyards. I mean, we're basically evicting them. Oh, you like that cozy little tree house? Too bad. It's now a parking lot for an eco-friendly SUV. So, here's the question. Why are we still cutting down trees when we know it's like putting a plastic straw in the Earth's drink? It's a bad move, and we're all feeling the consequences, whether we know it or not. It's like humans threw a party, got a little too tipsy, and then forgot to clean up. Now, the oceans and forests are stuck with the leftovers. And let's just say it's not the good kind of leftovers. It's that half-eaten pizza with questionable toppings that no one wants to touch, but we all pretend we didn't see. Plastic is everywhere. You can't go anywhere without seeing it. It's in our oceans, on our beaches, and even floating in the air. And guess what? It's all getting swallowed by wildlife. From sea turtles using plastic bags as haute couture to whales accidentally turning into hoarders by consuming everything from fishing nets to broken plastic bottles. Our trash is literally their problem now. Sea creatures are essentially saying, you know what? Forget about living in the ocean. Let's just live in a landfill instead. Imagine if you walked into your kitchen and instead of food, you found plastic bottles and wrappers. Now, you get why fish are so confused. They're not looking for sushi. They're just trying to stay alive. It's like they're living in a real-life episode of Survivor. Only their prize for winning isn't $1 million. It's avoiding suffocation in a sea of garbage. Pollution isn't just an inconvenience. It's a life-or-death situation for many species. The amount of plastic in the ocean is so large that it's been estimated that by 2050, there could be more plastic than fish in the sea. Let that sink in for a second. We're losing species faster than a celebrity's career after a scandal. No big deal, right? Well, that's what we're telling ourselves, but in reality, it's a huge deal. The extinction rate is accelerating at an alarming pace, and once a species is gone, it's gone forever. It's like an exclusive club that only accepts the coolest animals. And guess what? The members are rapidly dwindling. In the past, extinction was a slow process that took millions of years. Now, we're seeing species disappear right before our eyes. In fact, scientists estimate that we're losing species at 1,000 to 10,000 times the natural rate, thanks to human activity. The weird part, we're totally aware of it and still carry on as if everything's fine. It's like seeing your favorite band break up and saying, well, that's just how it goes. You know how every party has that one guest who shows up uninvited, drinks all your drinks, eats all your snacks, and cranks up the thermostat to 100 degrees? Yep, that's us. And wildlife? They're the ones stuck in the cold corner, trying to survive while we turn up the heat, literally. The Earth is getting hotter, and it's not just our AC bills that are going up. our wildlife is struggling to keep up with this unplanned climate apocalypse. Imagine your home being moved across the world overnight without warning, and you're left trying to figure out how to fit in. Now, that's what we're doing to polar bears, penguins, and countless other species whose homes are being obliterated due to climate change. One day it's a snowy tundra, and the next, it's a scorching desert. Surprise, polar bears. Time to learn how to surf. It's like setting your oven to broil while your pet hamster is inside its cage. Not a great idea, right? And while we may have some air conditioning or the option to hop on a plane to somewhere cooler, the animals, they're stuck. It's not like a kangaroo can just pack its bags and move to a new location where the heat isn't unbearable. The animals are doing their best to adapt, but guess what? They're getting the short end of the stick. It's like watching a hamster run in its wheel and expecting it to start driving a car. Not gonna happen. Humans love nature so much, we put it on postcards and t-shirts, slap it on coffee mugs, and even name our pets after animals in the wild. But when it comes to actually protecting it, we're kind of like that friend who says they love dogs but constantly steps on their tail. We're sending mixed signals here, folks. We love wildlife so much, we put it on the sides of buses and tourist brochures. But we're also tearing down their homes and wiping them out with pollution. Talk about a toxic relationship. We're like that friend who says they're trying to eat healthy, but can't stop ordering pizza. Make up your mind, people. We say we love the planet, but then we turn around and treat it like a free-for-all buffet where we help ourselves to everything, leaving nothing behind but the crumbs. It's a real problem. If we want to claim we love nature, then we need to act like it. This is where we all need a little relationship therapy. Maybe it's time for humanity to take a long, hard look at what it's doing to its partner, the environment, and make some serious changes. Okay, so let's be real for a second. We can't fix everything with a magic wand, but we can definitely do better. Think of it like cleaning your room. You're not going to make it spotless in one go, but if you start by picking up a few socks off the floor, you'll get there eventually. Same thing applies here. We might not be able to save every species, but we can definitely stop making things worse. Every little effort counts. You want to know how you can help? Start by supporting conservation efforts, reducing plastic use, and maybe even planting a few trees. Trees are the good guys in this story, so let's give them a little love. Encourage sustainable practices in your community, whether that's choosing eco-friendly products or just making a habit of recycling. Little changes add up. Think about it this way. Earth isn't going to save itself, and last time I checked, animals don't have access to YouTube tutorials on how to fix the ozone layer. It's up to us to make some real changes. And here's the kicker. If we don't, we might find ourselves in a world with no animals, no forests, no oceans, and guess what? It'll be a lot less fun. So let's get to work. So, next time you take a walk in the park, just remember, it's not just a walk, it's an impromptu wildlife rescue mission. And guess what? They didn't even send you a thank you card. I know, rude. But hey, it's the least we can do, right? Because the world isn't going to save itself. The wildlife, they need a little help and fast. So do your part. Let's stop pretending we don't know what's going on and start taking action. Otherwise, the next time you go to the zoo, the only thing left might be a couple of squirrels and a very confused pigeon. Don't let the world become a wildlife-free zone. Because if we don't care about saving them, who's left to save us? Seriously, think about it. We're all in this together, whether we like it or not. So let's make some changes and maybe, just maybe, we'll save the world from turning into a sad, animal-less wasteland. And that's a future none of us wants to see. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and most importantly, stay proactive. The animals are counting on us. Let's not let them down.